Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the test account and I want to look at the new hero, see if and where he is being used. Now on the global servers, he is going to come up tomorrow, meaning you're going to have the ability to go ahead and build Lysander. Overall, it doesn't seem like he's seeing a lot of utility, kind of a very unique design with all of the different positions in the chess pieces. I feel like fundamentally it would have been really cool if it worked how they were kind of thinking about it. So let's run through and see if this hero is actually being used. Because like I said, he's coming up on global servers tomorrow, or if he's going to be a build or a pass. Let me know down in the comments below exactly what you see. So let's hop in and looking at the key modes really within AFK Arena, which of course focuses on the Cursed Realm. So within the Cursed Realm, we do have the rotation of bosses. It has been on a regular rotation for an extended amount of time. Even looking at the bosses again, still pretty complacent to the formations and trying to get a spot in here when you look at having 6 teams built. Incredibly difficult unless you're bringing a lot of buffs or you're bringing a lot of damage. Now remember, the new Celestial is a damage dealing hero, but also plays a big buffer role in a lot of different formations. So looking at our first formation, we still do have, and as you can see, Halia is in here as absolutely dominating the damage. We have Nyla in here. We do have Melion in here as well. Very solid set team. Second one, the Awakened version of Iran. And we have Lucius in here, which is very interesting. We have Misha and we have Nox in here as well as the third team. You can see we have Liberta in here, Lucila's in here, Orthos is in here. Again, very unique build within here. We have Shuna, which is still seeing a little play. I know in live stream, players were kind of talking about him. Then we have Skylin and Zora in here. Now, since Skylin has come out, Zora has kind of run with Skylin, but we also have Thorn and Shamira in here. So you think about an OP team, this is pretty much it, because we only have one non-expensive hero, which is Jerome, filling out Team 4. Team 5, we come in, we see Scion in here, have a lot of buffers in here, so we have some crowd control, but we also do have Lavatoon in here, so being able to amplify the damage of a regular Draconic hero, doing incredibly well. Final formation has the Awakened version of Athalia. Adrian and Elise are also running in here, and look at the bottom, so this is Braun. Braun, when you're fighting the Burning Brute specifically, he literally just walks right by the Brute, because if you put him in position 3 or 5, he will walk right by, but you can see damage amplification up here from Palmer and Demia, making it and working it incredibly well. So not seeing him in the formation, let's go down a couple and see just by chance if we do see him anywhere else. There we have Envy that's already in here. Nyla doing a lot of damage in this formation. Looking at Scion, again, another one with the Awakened version of Iran in there. We do have Liberta in here with Antandra. Skylin in here again with Shamira, kind of a very similar formation. Setup's a little bit different. Here's Belinda. Now, if you don't have all of the heroes built, the Awakened version of Belinda, we said this before, still a very viable, very strong comp within here. We have Aurelia in here with Lavatoon. Final one is, again, that Awakened version of Athalia. So unfortunately, again, not seeing the hero being used within the Cursed Realm. Nightmare Corridor, let's see the exact same. So very cool looking boss in here. Has like a mustache or hands. Again, super unique kind of build in here with one eye in the middle. Let's break down these leaderboards. So Cirrus, looking at him, we do have the original version of Baden. This one's still very broke, and Trishia is in here. A lot of players question why we still see Trishia in here. It is the energy regeneration that we do get out of Baden. Aurelia's in here. A lot of buffers. Now the original version or the Awakened version of Thane is being used in here as well. We have Lan in here and a couple other ones just as the buffer. Third boss, we do have Athalia in here. Interesting Thorin, and we have the Awakened version of Sophia within this one. Scion, again, making his presence very well known. We have Zora up here, and then some strong buffers right there in the bottom. Liberta, again, running with Shuna, which we see very, very commonly. Very last one is running Envy in here. Again, we have Misha in here. Rimuru, we have Silas and Rain for that damage amplification. So the Abysmal Murmur does die within 15 seconds. Running Envy. Now, Envy, that means we've seen Envy in a multitude of teams run in the Nightmare Corridor, also being run within the Cursed Realm itself. Now, the other major game mode that has really strong rewards is going in and looking at our treasure scramble teams. Now, this is the PvP aspect, or one of the PvP aspects that we have within AFK Arena. Let's run through and look at some of these top players and seeing. So we have Shamira in here, there's Leica, there's Athalia, we have Lucius in here, there's Gavish, there's Shuna and Liberta again with Lucilla. In here, we have Iran in here. Again, looking at the buffing, we have Mishka in here, a couple other ones. And then down here, we do have the stall team. So there's Nox, there is the awakened version of Thorin, there's the original version of Taylene. So within those 4 teams, we are not seeing it. Let's see what Roxta's got in here. Big shout out to Roxta in this one. So we have Envy in here as well as Shamira. Running in here. This is kind of a little bit of a stall team because we have Matria in here. Hildwyn still making an appearance. And as we can see, we have Rem running in this as well. Don't know when this has been updated, but you can see even the enemy is running Rem as well. But we have Iran, we have Mishka in here with Shuna again. And you can see where a lot of this overlap is coming. Last team even does have Thorin in here. We have Liberta, but we do have Nox, and we have Lucilla, and we do have Sheltir in here. So rounding out the couple of game modes, not seeing a lot of play. Now, when you start thinking, again, kind of bigger picture, I don't feel like we're going to see him in campaign formations. I feel like this is a place where it's kind of odd to try to fit him into a bunch of different formations. Let's see some of these top players and what they're running. And we don't know how old these are either. Look at these. Those look like really, really old school. You have Namisu. Look at this right here. We have Leonardo in here. I don't even know, again, how long ago some of these were from. They don't timestamp them. So when you're going through and looking at some of the Waken years, this one has to be newer because Mira is in there. That's how you can kind of tell. But look, Brutus is running in this one as well. We have Trishia within there. Look at this. Medusa or Baba Yaga in here within the formation. Then we have Hildwyn. So again, this one being a little bit of a newer one with Bama Boys in there. Iran's in here. So again, Lucius is in here. A little bit newer. Belinda is still running in there. We have Thorin kind of maxed out. And then we do have Eugene. So overall, not seeing him within the formation. Now, it also rings true, and I feel like it would be true within the Celestial Sanctum. Works incredibly well, and thinking kind of bigger picture, the heroes that we kind of already have within the game mode, and thinking about being able to really make a difference with a hero like this. Thinking of, again, it's kind of interesting that the hero did come out when they did as a buffer within that buffer role. I feel like, and maybe he's going to find a niche formation, or he's going to find a formation where he kind of fits into. But right now, let me know in the comments, guys, should we build him? Should we pass? In my opinion, looking at him right now, of course, doesn't really necessarily say what's going to go on with global when we start seeing the global release, when a lot of other players get to test him. But overall, me personally, I feel like he is going to be a pass. I do not like building some of the Celestials, the Hypo heroes, especially when they're not having a lot of utility. Looking, at Melkry, not a lot of utility in there. But even when we start looking a little bit further, some of these really never had any utility, even though there were Celestial heroes, even though they were a lot more difficult and a lot more rare to get. A lot of them never had utility or never really seen the light of day. And I feel like that might be the exact same thing that we're seeing with this hero itself. Now, we are right on the heels of the 6th anniversary, which should be kicking off probably next week. I would say the Poetic Pop quiz is up right now. We have a couple more things coming in the next few days, so definitely going to have the Worm Reunion coming, but everything else in here, as you can see, pretty much on reset or kind of the reiteration. So, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and as always, thank you guys for watching.